Well, looking quiet as usual this hour, but maybe I can get in on a DFB or something. Not the most exciting thing to do, but at this hour I'll take what I can get. Whoa, I don't even have hover at this level. This should be fun. Let's see if we can find the sprint. Just between you and me, I'm hoping they're not going to be fixated on filling the team for DFB. This can be run with 2. In fact, I'm sure it could be soloed. 4 is really not hard. Especially with this team, it looks like it's going to be me. Some sort of time healer, and at this level I am allowed to call them a healer. That's probably their only power. And Minutia, who's probably also time. Why is time? I mean, it's a good set, don't get me wrong, but I feel like people just sort of throw it onto every concept. Alright, forgot I am playing kinetics today. I'm gonna need both hands on the keyboard for this. No naughty insinuations on that with a scrapper. I can kind of keep one hand on the mouse. With kinetics, not so much. Too many buttons have to be pushed too quickly. Too much reaction. Magnificent dragon twisted into disgusting human form. I'm guilty of that one. No, dragon shapeshifting is not a new trope. At least he's an ice dragon. I guess one difference is, you know, he takes on human form willingly, and he likes humans, so he doesn't complain. Clean up the UI a little bit. I am new to streaming, so I've had to change everything. Though so far, the toughest change for me has been that suddenly I have to play games while maintaining good posture. That's going to be weird. Now, you can't see me. My camera's not set up yet, but I'll be living down there in the lower right corner starting later today, maybe tomorrow. But I noticed on my stream yesterday I was definitely not close enough to the mic for the entire stream, and as a new streamer, no one was in my chat to yell at me and fix that. I should have had my audio monitor on, but I didn't. Tisk tisk. Oh, this defender is not time. Force field, very, very great set. Energy blast is going to be a pain. At level 8, you can't get your knockdown IOs yet, so hope no lost end up stuck in walls. this character standing next to me is Dark Blast. Possibly my favorite Blast set. It is just a bag of all the tricks. Tenebrous Tentacles alone elevates the set to a whole other level. That kinetics bug is still in game. I just realized not only if I'd be able to get my audio monitor up, I don't even have my video monitor up. I could be dropping every frame and have no idea. Let me get that going. I was supposed to set up before I started the stream. Oh well, newbie mistake. Not hippies. Defender didn't take their shields, so not much help there. I mean, I get it. They're not that useful in an end game build. But they're level 10. This is not the end game. Oh good, my stream is actually working. That's a good sign. Alright, so what's it been? Like 10 minutes forming this DFB? I'm gonna have to hit this later with a quick clue by 4. only issue I see with this team is that no one's a melee archetype. Not that a team needs a melee archetype, but just from a groupthink standpoint, someone's got to go in first. And when there's no melee archetype, there's often sort of this hesitation at every spawn who's going to go in, and it kind of slows things down. This. Talk a little bit about that once we're in the trial. Backup radio. It's a summon temporary power available from the pay-to-win vendor, and you really don't need it for DFB, but in small teams it can be handy. Bit of I suspect it's a glitch, sort of bordering on an exploit. The temporary power, well, at least the backup radio level scaling in DFB is not really working the way you'd expect. They scale down to level 10, which is much higher than everything here. It doesn't, now they don't do a huge amount of damage, so being level 10 doesn't mean they're steamrolling, but it does mean, they're going to survive for the full time period. Maybe distract the enemies, give them another target. Really need to have buff icons going, but I kind of want to monitor this for now, who I need to catch with the siphon power, because that is going to keep things moving along with the, because siphon power at this level is a really serious damage buff. No one's enhancements are worth squat. Brutes, I think, are the only ones really running with any sort of decent damage modifier. And there's no brutes on this team. Right, so let me get out that backup radio. I'm Hero Vigilante, it's PvD reinforcement, hard suit, and you can see it's level 10. Did we miss one? All out of some good jokes. It's sort of amusing that this trial is one of the later bits of content released for this game. It still predates the Tinder app, the dating app. Clean up. Where is everyone? They ran in without me. Just, oh well. See now, if she had taken her shields, not only are they enormously helpful in DFP in particular, and really all low levels, but the nice thing about shields is you're always aware of where your teammates are, because you're casting the shields on them. You got this sort of end game solo build or whatever she's got going, you know, fine, more power to her, but it's not really going to tell her if her teammates are somewhere else or not. If my knuckles hitting the desk is audible on stream, I apologize. Still working on the setup here. Just the physical space. Every time I reach for the mouse, I seem to hit my knuckles on the desk. So I'll have to think of some kind of solution for that. Alright, so my apologies, I'm going to mute the game for the next fight. Is my pet still around? He is. Gotta dismiss that for this boss. If you want the badge, which I think, I mean, we should. Why not? Oh, I died, really? Oh, that's a shame. Too many lucky hits in a row. And a glaring lack of a force field shield. I have got to stop harping on this poor person. I mean, they're free to do their own thing, but gosh, they're gonna be, I'm sorry, they're super, super useless in this team. PSA, force fielders out there, do not do this with your build. Really, I mean seriously. You get respecs for free. You can change to an endgame build when you actually hit endgame, and in the meantime, you'll still be useful to your team, and not just going pew pew with your low damage blasts. This energy flask actively messes me, because it is possible to knock some of these enemies into the walls and make the trial uncompletable. She's just tossing energy to her and she doesn't care. Doesn't happen often. Listen, I shouldn't worry too much about it, but it can happen. So there's nothing going on in LFG channel. I might put something together myself. I'm not going to continue with this team. Speaking of endgame builds, a lot of kinetics skip siphon power because it is, to an extent, redundant with fulcrum shift at high levels. But it is so good at low levels, and it remains useful at high levels for the damage debuff aspect. Stack on an archvillain, giant monster, whatever you want. Yeah. It really does make a big difference. You can't stack fulcrum shift nearly to the same extent. At least the debuff part. Does look like this defender is trying to avoid the walls. So maybe they do know what they're doing, even if their build is kind of useless. Everyone's so scared of melee in this team. No one wants to stand next to the boss, which is unfortunate. For me, that is. And to an extent to them, because I can't really buff them or heal them. There's not really much benefit staying out of melee unless it's like +4 and the melee actually hits hard. Here it doesn't. Almost hit me. It's a little careless. If that bubbler had taken their shields, we'd all be sitting on a nice 40% toxic damage resistance. And we could afford a mistake. Leader would have survived that, probably. But instead, they decided to take their tier 1 blast and their tier 2 blast. Very, very much looking like a solo build, which is fine, but why aren't you soloing with it? Alright, so that wasn't near even the tip of the iceberg where it comes to sort of kinetics frenzy. Barely had to heal. My buffs don't recharge that fast, so not so much clicking, but at my full strength, got the hasten, the multiple stacked siphon speed on myself. Even little old siphon power is recharging pretty quick. Transfusion recharges crazy fast. So if I'm ever in one of those situations where just someone is going down, I can sometimes actually keep up. Don't call myself a healer, but if I have to put out big green numbers fast, kinetics can do that. Now, did I miss anything on LFG? Looks like no. Literally nothing. Other than the DFB I was just on. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and check my badge lists in the other window, see what this character needs to do. all the high level stuff, of course. I'm only level 29. Oh my gosh, I have not done the bobsled badges. Let's go do some bobsledding. I misspelled bobsledding. Let's try that again. All right. The handy dandy new Pocket D truck. In case you haven't seen where it is down here between City Hall and Wentworth's. It's got the Pocket D posters all over it. Super, super convenient. I think I use this van more than the Kings Row van now, and I'm usually really bad at remembering to do the new thing. Like I'm the guy who still writes 2020 as the date well into spring. All right. This could be a little tricky. I don't have that kinetics jump speed buff, and I'm not going to take it. That's a very skippable power, but it is useful for this. I don't need sort of my brain's on autopilot. Most of the time I come in here, it's to see the bird. Let me go to just one of these public. I don't know. So I think this supergroup base isn't maintained anymore. There seems to be some broken portals. But it does have the empowerment buffs, I think. No, it doesn't? Wait, or does it? Yeah, it does. Okay, so it's got this model. All right, what can I do? Let's get a little oh, this guy's not a super speeder. This is gonna be tough, but I'll do my best. Enemies around to drain with the siphon speed, so I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. Do I have a prestige? Oh, not a prestige, but a pay to win. Run power. Definitely gonna need one. All right, get used to this. This is a tricky little course. I don't know for sure if it's more difficult, but I definitely have more trouble with it. And it's longer. Alright, how should I do this? Nice and downward camera angle. All right, that's good to go. Oof. That's not gold medal already. Doing okay. I might still salvage silver. I think I'll certainly still get bronze. Oops. Not a bad run, except for that one mistake. How did I do? I missed a post. How on earth? I didn't even go off the track. Oh well. So reset. Oh, I have to see this ski instructor for that reset, I guess. Try again. Now, I'm not going to do this for long. I'm not going to waste an hour doing this. I know the limitations. It's kind of possible. You know, it might be impossible to do this without without super jumping. And I'm struggling just to get to the starting line. Oh, well, I guess I can do this. Silly, silly, silly. So what I will probably end up doing is I'll just repeat this for silver medal and bronze medal and then go. Gold medal may be unattainable. I see there's an AE farm, an LFG channel. I don't. I don't do AE farms. Didn't collide with the rock that time. That's good. I wonder if I'll need a royalty-free holiday playlist for when it's winter time. Kind of want to do one for Halloween. That would be fun. Halloween was always sort of the one time of year where the GMs would look the other way if you had costumes based on characters from pop culture. Spider Man, I'm looking at you. Arachnid Kid. There's the silver. I'd have to shave 6 seconds off that to get gold. I mean, it could be possible. Hard to say. I don't have the practice or technique to do it. I don't think that's fine. But I can definitely get. I mean, certainly I got the silver, so I can certainly get the bronze. Just have to not fall off. Also not go too fast, because apparently if you qualify, if your time qualifies for silver, it doesn't award the bronze. It just You already have the silver. Yeah, you don't get the bronze. You just get nothing. So if I do an incredible run, I may have to stop short of the finish line, wait a few seconds. It's starting to look like that. All right, so I have to slow it down a little bit. Ooh, I would slow it down even more. Oh gosh. That was almost too fast. Okay, here we are. That's enough of that. So let me see what else I can do. I'm gonna consult the badge list. I am a bit of a badger. Could do Praetorian zone events. In fact, I could solo that. I could do tips. Roy Cooling's arc. How did I get to level 29 and not finish Roy Cooling's arc? Let me type this into my notes. So I've got some ideas here. Sutter. I could do Admiral Sutter, but I kind of don't like it, and I get the feeling a lot of people don't like it. The enemies are a little overtuned for that level range. And doesn't have the nice reward like Mortimer Cal does. In fact, Mortimer Cal's easier. Lots of warriors. That's pretty good. So let me type that into my notes. So do Roy Cooling. Do tips. Could do Admiral Sutter. Alright, so before I attempt to recruit for any of that, let me take a quick rehydration break. Park myself in Oro or something. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. So, looking through these. Roy Cooling I can solo, Tips I can solo. Admiral Setter, I am not at the point I can solo 2 AVs. You have to assemble a team for that, and it's such an unpopular TF, I'm not going to attempt that at this time of night. So let's see what we can do for Roy Cooling or alignment tips for badges. There is an optional badge in Roy Cooling Art, which I believe is easier to get solo. So I definitely don't mind soloing this. Oh, I still have some Valentine's tips, huh? Let me make sure I actually still have Roy Cooling. Oh, I'm not. Oh gosh, I'm halfway through. What is going on? So I'm on part 4, so if this guy is on part 1, I will go ahead and start where he's at so he can get the merits and all that good stuff. Oh, he's 50. That won't be so that won't be an issue. Okay, so I may have left off. Yeah, this is the tricky one. So I'm going to put it on -1. I'm going to explain to this poor guy. Okay, well, thanks for being so understanding, Miss Brute. let me make sure. Where is this person at? So he's also out of a little range. 50. Oh, they're both 50. All right. So I will go ahead and resume this story arc where I'm at. It goes on. Get a little embarrassing missing this many buffs in a row. My slotting is fine, I'm just getting some really bad hit rolls. For the annoying part. Now the reason this is easier solo is because you can just use a target-friendly keybind or macro to locate the survivors very quickly. But if in your team, it'll also sort of see them. I guess you could set up a target macro just for the injured rogue PPD. That would work too. Ooh, there was one in this little side room. Got him. A little bit unrealistic as a timer here because this hostage is, like all hostages, very slow. Is on. Looks like the person who doesn't know where they're going. That's unfortunate. RIP. think the strat for that might have to be to split up. Someone has to go for Harkin directly and immediately and start walking him out, while some other people look for the injured PPD in a team, that is. Solo, the strat would be to just start walking him out and get the injured PPD on the way out, probably. That was a hot door. Yikes. Too much time red side doing mayhem missions. Oh. Alright, so forgot to update my notoriety settings, so that was sad and awkward. This should be a little more appropriate. Yeah. Do masterminds have to resummon their pets? Seems pretty inconvenient. Alright, now we're getting the full experience here. All the buttons. at a distance, I guess. Where the DPS is at. Got a pretty good difficulty setting. The brute is definitely taking some hits, but nothing she can't handle. Holy moly, have I been quiet all this time? It is tough to play kinetics and ramble at the same time. Like, wow, it's all the concentration. Oh gosh, I hope I'll still be able to stream with this guy. This is fun. I have to be just sort of like a no talking stream. I can hop onto Discord, get my teammates to talk for me. Oh my gosh, I'm not even close to the microphone. I've just been sort of drifting away. When I was on my scrapper last night, I could just ramble the whole time. Nothing to do but turn on toggles and punch bad guys. All you have to do. Just what I have to do. Like if I do want to do a nice ramble stream, I'll get one of my melee alts. Maybe with practice, I'll be able to sort of commentate while playing support. Oh, it is hard though. I have to. I don't have my. I mean, as you can see, I don't have my camera set up yet, but my eyes are darting everywhere right now. Gotta watch the life bars. I gotta watch powers being recharged. Don't have any powers on auto. Though I may put hasten on auto at some point. Psychic Blast is not the best synergy with brutes because I'm recharging their. I'm debuffing the enemy recharge pretty significantly. And that's not great for brutes. You see also the whole ice brute concept. Oh no, slowing down the enemies and it's going to hard damage. And it does, I guess. But I would have played an ice brute. On live, that is. I know they're available here. I think they are. I just haven't had really an idea for an ice brute. Ice. Yeah, the thing is, here I like what they've done with the tanker archetype as far as the icy stuff. So that's the reason I'm not playing ice brutes, because I've got an ice tanker and it is nice. There's a very underrated power called Frost. Slot it for range and yeah, you're gonna hit a lot of stuff. You're not gonna be a ranged attacker, but you are gonna hit a lot of stuff. that's one of those cases I was talking about. Doesn't happen often, but every now and then someone's going down pretty quick. Not so quick that they're unsavable, but a little too quick where I don't think your garden variety empath can keep up. Of course, you know, asterisk, a good empath will have everyone fortituded, so that wouldn't be happening. Ooh, I cannot type. What level did they say they were? Let's see. 34. Great. I don't use Team Teleporter much. Whoops. Even though we added someone to the team, I'm going to leave the difficulty where it's at, because just these enemies are going to be a bit tougher than the easy stuff we were fighting just before. What is the not on my watch badge for? I can just look it up. Probably something high level, because I'm not familiar with it. Oh, yep. Eye trial. Yep. Homecoming implemented a slash command to simulate a mouse click. I might have to keybind that to sort of reduce my mouse motions. while streaming. I found it's just the less I move, the better. From a noise standpoint, as well as a posture standpoint, and really everything. And once my camera's set up, of course, if I move out of frame, that would just look silly. I'm gonna have a couple of awkward days because my green screen will not have arrived by today. What's the camera angle look like from over here? Ugh. Junk and clutter. It's junk and clutter in every angle. Who am I kidding? So it'll be nice to have that green screen give back some screen real estate to the game and not the junk and clutter. Doing all right. If anything, it's looking a little easy right now, but there is an AD at the end. I don't want to take too many chances. I admit I have a tendency to get a little salty when I get defeated, so it's definitely beneficial for a chill stream to keep things from getting too difficult. Whoops! Loaded right into that. The ult I'm going to be playing next, my Dominator, he's got a confused power, and boy is he fun to take up against Sky Raiders, because I just steal their force field generators straight up. And if you ever look at the stats on the force field generator bubble, it's pretty serious. It's something like 20% base defense. So just stealing one of them even for a very short amount of time, that is a nice little buff. Maybe I should configure things so I can see the pet health bars a little better. I don't know. Maybe it's really just more the mastermind's responsibility to watch pet health. At the same time, though, get a lot of pets low on health. Transfusions are really great for that. He's got temporal mending, sure, but kind of a long recharge on that. Mastermind is a thing on this server. Frankly, I'm a little surprised it's not more popular. Sure, you can't really speed boost your pets, but you can still speed boost your teammates. And you can fulcrum shift your pets. It's kind of game breaking. At least I would think. I'll take my opinions with grain of salt. I don't have a serious mastermind ult. But on paper, speed boost all your teammates, fulcrum shift all your pets. Increased density works on your pets, so help them stay alive, at least against smashing and energy. More common damage types. If your pets are melee, keeping them healed is easy. Super, super easy. Miss like I just did there. Let's not talk about that. When you get salty and I'm having a bad day on the transfusion hit rolls, I just start calling it transmission. Oof. This mission lets us yoink sort of quasi-permanent force pressure. Let's see if that's got the same buff. It does not. This has a different buff. Oh wait, no, this is the same buff. Okay, so this is the force field generator buff. That's 22.5%. to all damage types except psychic. That is really, really nice. Especially at this level where no one's soft capped at this level unless there's something like super reflexes. Healed. Looks like it can. I think its health was lower a minute ago. Wait, no? No. I see a green number over over it. I saw one over the brute, one over the spider. I didn't see a third one. Enemy force field generators. Sometimes it is really nice to be a psychic blaster. Exploit that little psychic defense hole they've got. So to those defenders out there who think their blast sets are useless, yeah, a lot of times they are. But sometimes, you know, it is nice to have that exotic damage typing. My blast just don't even care about those bubbles. Flip side to Psychic Blast. Oh, those robots are a real pain to deal with. Oh boy, another doubled up force field generator. So I don't know if it's also 22.5% on enemies. It could be different on enemies than on players. But if it is the same, that's 22.5 plus 22.5. That is literally soft cap defense for the enemies if they stack two force field generators. So we don't have two hit buffs. Kinda out of luck. Someone on this team has tactics, so that is helpful. Mainly, I should probably be a little more aware of those force field generators, make sure they're not stacking up. I think they're especially resistant to psychic damage, which is weird. Pretty good. on the fence on how intense I want the aura on this costume to be, because the brighter version, which I've got on this costume slot, looks good in daylight and other light conditions. It's just too much in the dark. Maybe that I have to just sort of switch it on the fly. For the thumbnail, I did the dark version since I was in space. It's dark out there, and I think the lighter version was just a little too much. Still haven't quite nailed down this character's backstory, but because he is very 80s sci-fi inspired, I kind of want to somehow work Halley's Comet into it. So people of a certain age will remember Halley's Comet did pass by back in the 80s, I think 86, 87, something like that. And I would be so happy to be able to see it again in my lifetime. It's tricky. I think I'll have to start exercising a bit more, eating a bit better, wearing sunscreen a little more carefully. You may see once I get my camera set up, I've got a little thing I need to see the dermatologist for on my cheek already. I'm in my early 40s. I'm already getting pre-cancers on my face. Genetics is rough. Alright, so I am not 30 yet. I won't be joining them on that Manticore. If you're new, I do like to finish. I'm a completionist, so I like to finish all the contacts, all the content for a level range. And 20 to 29 has a lot. Then 30 to 39 is not so bad, and then 40 to 44 also not so bad. And then once you're done with that, you can just sprint to 50, because you can't out level level 45 content, I don't think. This force field generator is so cute. I want to keep it. .5%. All types defense except psionic. That and immobilize and stun protection. My gosh, I really want to keep that. So I think that's the same buff as when you confuse or mind control a one summoned by an engineer. Pretty sure. those buff numbers look familiar. So if you're ever if you're on a controller and you're ever on the fence on whether to take a single target to confuse, just take it. Enough enemy groups have that one annoying enemy that suddenly becomes very, very useful. Okay, so this is my first time playing this alt with the cell shading, and I think this intensity of aura might be too much. Let me turn it down a little, see how it looks. Yeah, that is better. I think I might just, so from now on, because of the cell shading, I think I might take it down to this. Show you my costume change window. So I like the first 4 costumes are just 4 different intensities of aura. You can't even see the difference. Because I just couldn't decide whether I wanted a little more or a little less. And the aura, this aura dominates the costume. The rest of the costume had to be kept very simple. It would just be a hard to really make out any details. So I like to think of this guy, the aura is the costume for this guy. Usually I make the auras a lot more subtle, but in this case it kind of works out. How's that stronger aura look again? You know, that's actually really not that bad. I'll figure this out off stream. As engaging as I'm sure it is to watch me flip back and forth between 2 costumes, let's go do some tips instead. I kind of feel like soloing for a bit. I think I might just solo. Oh, you can't do tips on Striga. All right. Now, of course, with Null the Goal, we don't have to do this for the alignment system. So I really just do it for the badge. Find the badge. Arg. I think it's under accomplishments. I think I've done 1 of the alignment tips and not the other 3. Let me look at the badge list. Alright, so I'm just going to solo some tip missions unless something comes up on LFG. And then we'll go ahead and break for the day. I've got some real life work to do. And then I'll be on after. So that would be afternoon Pacific time. Camera might be here by then. That'd be fun. Interesting. So I've done a vigilante tip. So I was probably just on a pickup team, and they were doing vigilante tips, and that's fine. This guy is currently a vigilante. I was probably doing some badge hunting in Rogue Isles, but he is, for the most part, going to be a hero. With a costume like this, it's kind of hard to be anything but a hero. This is interesting. I never really did much on alignment tips in Homecoming because of Null the Goal. So sort of neat to see. Oh, I am still on +1 × 6. This is a chill stream, so I will be setting it to +0 × 1. Maybe +1. I'll compromise. Tell you what I'll do. I'll do +0 × 3. I'll be honest, off stream, I usually run -1 × 1. I'm a badger. But for you guys, I'll put a reasonable difficulty level on. At least this would be reasonable if I were doing something like Warriors. This could be a little rough. Okay. Well, this is going to be silly. Okay, so this is Circle of Thorns. I am going to drop the difficulty a little. I'm sorry, this is a chill stream. So I'm going to take it to +0 × 2 instead of ×3. To rest? I think I forgot to rest. I'm not accustomed to resting on this character because his heal is so good. And he doesn't really ever run out of endurance. Oops. Looks like we are going to recover. I wonder how my blasts are slotted. Not great. really focused on range slotting for the Psychic Scream. Cone attacks. More people know this nowadays, but some people still don't know. If you have a cone attack, range increases the effective area of that attack. Lobber here, I'm not sure why. It's only ×2. The spawn should not be this large. Well, apologies for that, but I can gotta wake you out. I don't know if this is a patrol or if I just really goofed up and ×2 is bigger spawns than I was expecting. I guess we'll find out. I'll also turn on my other toggle, which I guess I didn't have on before. I'm vain. I like to see my costume. So I don't turn this on much. In this case, I guess I should. So let's take a look at this. That is Lieutenant and 4 minions. That is a really big spawn for ×2. Did I actually reset this? I don't. I'm going to go ahead and team quit internal. No, I think I did. No, I think I did reset this, and this is actually ×2. Oh well. I was at full health when I started this fight, wasn't I? Okay, so yeah, I was at full health, and just COT Spectres are kind of OP in this level range. Oh well. Why don't I go ahead and just drop this tip and get something a little more chill? Yeah, COT. They don't even have any interesting badges to go after. At least not in this level range. So really, really not worth my time or patience. Go ahead and leave it +0 ×2. Though I also have to sort of consider the possibility that this character sucks at soloing or I suck at soloing. If that's the case, I might take it back down to -1, but I kind of want to avoid that. No one wants to watch a stream quite that relaxed. I'm feeling like this is better already. Sure. Wait a minute. Why is that boss not a boss? Huh. Should have enabled bosses. I apologize for that. Oh, knockback at exactly the wrong time. Okay, so interesting to note, looks like I actually do just suck at soloing. I'll take it down to +0 × 1 with bosses, and I apologize for being bad at this game. Let's reset that. And we'll try it again. You know, it could have been a patrol, but I don't want this stream to be just running back from the hospital, so I'm just gonna take the difficulty way, way down. Big fat miss. Afraid to even look how I have that slotted. Knowing me, it's probably just got one end reduction slot in it right now. If I've got my blasts only 4 slotted, I certainly don't have slots to spare on something silly like whatever that placate tower is. So, note to self, I should definitely make a keybind for opening those doors up. go searching behind all the crates and storage containers. What are those? What are those? Freight containers. Another thing that doesn't often get talked about with transfusion, the end cost is really low. My blue bar barely budged. Take your typical empath running healing aura on auto, they are pretty much always running out of end if they're attempting to blast or anything else like that. Kind of a shame this blast isn't 100% chance to sleep. As it is, it's nice when it happens, but you really can't rely on it. Wasn't expecting this. Alright, getting some interesting little badges here that didn't have before. Alright, and to get a villain tip, I'll have to go red side. And then to get a rogue tip, I'll have to change alignments. So I might as well just change alignments now. People on this server have such good costumes, especially here in Pocket D. Not into the whole role-playing scene, the chat role-playing scene, I should say. The way I role-play is, you know, I have an idea for a character and I just play it. Never really know what to say in some sort of chat roleplay anyway. A lot of people want to make small talk, and, well, comic book characters are not small people, if you know what I'm saying. Could be that just, you know, personally my interests don't really align with Pocket D kind of small talk. Okay, so first things first, pretty sure I have to pick up a tip. Yes. Shouldn't take too long. So I think I'll do is I'll run a villain tip mission and a rogue tip mission, not necessarily in that order. Get those 2 badges and go ahead and call it a night. Get started on some real life work, and then I'll be back later. Longbow canonically are kind of jerks. Wow. People aren't exaggerating. 2 bosses? Really? On +0 × 1 difficulty? Okay. Got some encounter design issues here. Right next to ads. Might be able to get out of that. Looks okay. Unless I don't know what just happened there. Yeah, so a lot of this game's encounters are just not designed well. This is one of them. I shouldn't say a lot. A few of this game's encounters are not designed well. It's nice to sort of get past this. Wow, that was quick. Normally, if I were off stream, I would be chomping on inspirations. On stream, I tend to sort of neglect my inspirations a bit for various reasons. That is, of course, the proper counter to bad encounter design. You just cheat. And don't even feel guilty about it. They've got leadership toggles that they're buffing each other with. Just adding to the problems in this encounter design. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna instantly die again, aren't I? Wow. Okay. Don't know if I just got too close or if they're also running tactics, so they have perception. Could be either. But yeah, two bosses is not that is not a good solo encounter. Not at level 29 for sure. Maybe not even at level 50. Even if I have them toggled down to LTs because of those leadership toggles, this would be just miserable time. They are running tactics. cheating. It's... Didn't make it, even with 3 Lux. They do have tactics. Double stacked maneuvers, double stacked tactics, full attack change, cascading defense failure. Like, what? Just the list goes on and on with why this design. This is a terrible solo design for a mid-level, perhaps not so skilled player like myself. Keep this kind of stuff in eye trials, please. Bad at soloing. I'm not that bad at soloing. You can no longer turn on toggles while resting. That's a new homecoming thing. Not a very good feature, IMO. Mid-levels during a rest would be frequently the time like retoggling my leadership because I ran out of endurance, turned off. Can't do that anymore on Homecoming because, I don't know, they did something with rest. Live server, you definitely could before the last patch. On Homecoming, you definitely could, and I assume on other servers you still can. That would be a nice feature to bring back on Homecoming. Oh, I gotta do a thing first. Okay. that not heal me? Oh, here we go. Yep, 2 bosses again. This time they rolled as +1. I'm getting really close to dropping this mission. Gotta admit, this is not a good, like, mediocre skilled solo player experience. And if you're designing level 20-something encounters, you need to be designing around mediocre skill solo players with that perhaps not so good slotting. Even at issue 0, this was not endgame. Alright, so since they've got stacked maneuvers and stacked leadership, tactics, I'm gonna have to cheat extra hard. Normally this would be an overkill amount of lux. For this, that's gonna be what you need as a casual player. You're gonna need 5 lux for just this one hostage rescue. Hopefully that first hostage isn't dead. If he is, I'm resetting and I'm just dropping this mission. I'm sorry. Actually, no. Not sorry. I am not sorry. I am never sorry to drop poorly designed content. Do these enemies have psychic resistance on top of everything else? Because that would be just the most random, unexplained, out of nowhere psychic resistance. I don't know if I have. Scanner, temp power. I don't think I do on this alt. I would be curious. Do these bosses have psychic resistance for no reason at all? That we get the boss pets for free, but still. Been in this mission for going back and forth to the hospital for how many how long? Has it been a half hour? Not worth it. Could have done the Penelope in that in a half hour. Risk versus reward. Devs like to talk about risk versus reward. But then they keep making stuff like this. This is not a knock on Homecoming. This was, as far as I know, Homecoming has not done any of the alignment missions, so this is actually Spear Heroes. This is their fault. Sort of just over-the-top encounter design. That adds nothing to the story of this mission. I wonder what that glowy is, though. So, I mean, I like the free inf, but the thing is, you know, that random glowy serves the same storytelling purpose as those ambushes at the end. Nothing. None whatsoever. Alright, so one rogue tip. Circle of Thorns, or whatever this is. Sky Raiders, I guess. So one rogue tip, and then I'll be heading to take care of some real life stuff. Just gotta check the audio playback. I've had my audio monitor off this whole time. No one's in chat complaining, but I have a feeling I may be too quiet. Example of siphon speed being unresistible. Pretty sure slag heaps are like Igneous. Just copy the stats, and Igneous have huge amounts of slow resistance. You basically can't slow them. But these you can with siphon speed. So it is unresistible. Same goes for archvillains, or anything. Take an archvillain with siphon speed. they'll be moving exactly that slow. And attacking that slow too. So I kind of just want to get through this. Slag heaps are not a particularly interesting enemy type. They're just igneous. I wonder what came first, Hollows or the Rogue Isles. One seems to be very much a copy-paste of the other, but I don't know which came first. Hostage here. With 2 damage debuffs too. So I think next stream I might just stick to -1 × 1 for my badging. This character does not seem to be very well built for soloing, and also I'm just not that strong a player, so why mess with things? Almost as if the devs implemented the -1 system because they knew they had a power creep problem on their NPC design. And casuals really needed a -1 option. Boy, I forgot to take the insps. That's my bad. If this was Warriors, I would not be even considering dropping it to -1. But the damage multipliers or damage scalars or whatever on these mobs is just really, really high. I shouldn't say damage scalars, but just like the base damage. Their attacks hit hard. Way too hard. That's okay. So I will be able to cheat for this hostage rescue. No problem. Now someone's recruiting for Citadel. I would have jumped on that, but yeah, I gotta wrap it up pretty soon. Oh, he's not gonna help me fight? Well, fine. I'm just gonna skip to the end. What the heck is that? He's shooting me with radiation blasts. Is that a... Oh, is that an ambush? Yeah, that's an ambush. I'm gonna have to... go back. Cheat again. Two bosses. Again. This is exactly why they needed that -1 option for casuals. Two bosses is way out of line. Four Lux since we got Radiation Blast and Mezzes and who knows what else. Now, as a lifelong casual, I can say for a fact, in the early days of this game, you could run at the, you know, there were no notoriety levels. Everything was +0 × 1. And you could run that. And you do fine. It's just with all this power creep. Look at that. Ranged attack. Took off 1/4 of my health. Stardust is still aggro to me because it's using, she's using ambush guy. This might actually be part of the ambush. So one of the things you can get around, you can do to get around sort of the very annoying ambush AI is that if you die or for whatever reason, the ambush will split itself off from the original boss and come find you. So you don't have to fight both at once. I will, oops, mezzed. Alright, I will have no problem taking on the one boss, I would think. As long as these Psychom columns didn't just aggro me. Eek. Oh, it didn't. That's okay. one of the things I noticed about Igneous too is that for all sort of their design, their melee focused design, or they're just immune to immobilizes, immune to slows, able to get in your face no matter what, their ranged attacks are still really great. So sort of a weird kind of self-contradictory enemy design. So this character probably handles one boss far, far better than two bosses because he can debuff the heck out of a single target. I mean, clearly I have not gotten much better at the game in the last 5 minutes. I'm just able to debuff this single target very well. Right, so that's gonna do it for this stream. I will hopefully getting my camera in the mail today, get that set up. And I'll be able to see me down there in that bottom corner. See me making my grouchy face when I have to fight two bosses at the same time. Grr. Did make some got some interesting little badges. Pretty happy with the play session today, even if my butt is super sore from holding the same position all this time. Yikes! Ugh, streamer problems. I'll have to ask the other streamers how they deal with that. Probably better posture. I think we all have better posture than I do. I'll input those new badges in. Let's see how I'm doing on this character. 791. All right. 1,000 should be attainable for him, but I'm not really focusing too much on badging on this character. So I will be on later, have a little camera action going, hopefully find something more interesting to do. It doesn't involve me just clumsily soloing and going back and forth to the hospital. Maybe something in a team. That'd be nice.